Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming out today. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to join us. We're about to get going, but just as a heads up, this webinar, as you just heard, will be recorded. The recording and the slides, as well as the Q&A portion at the end, will all be sent out after the webinar, so you'll get all that information. So don't need to worry about jotting anything down or anything like that. We'll be sure to provide you with everything. As always, feel free to submit your questions during the webinar. We'll take some time at the end to answer those. You don't need to hold on to them. Feel free to submit those as we're working through things, just so you don't lose track of anything. We'll get to those towards the end. So just to introduce you to the topic today, obviously we face a lot of challenges in the construction industry. So we're going to really talk about how adopting technology can help overcome a lot of those challenges and really make a focus on gaining efficiency when it comes to cost. So I'd like to introduce myself as well as Cynthia Gill. Just to start off, I'm an account executive here at Red Team. I primarily work with the SMB clients. I have previous construction experience. I worked in residential house flips, as well as a general contractor and developer in New York City. So a lot of the workflows, situations that we're going to talk through today are situations I actually found myself in the industry. So really a lot of applicable knowledge there between Cynthia and myself. Next, I'd like to introduce my colleague, Cynthia Gill. Cynthia, if you'd like to just give yourself an intro.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. Hi, guys. My name is Cynthia. Thank you for joining the webinar. I have 10 years of construction experience working for general contractors in the state of Florida. I've used different construction software in the past, including Red Team Flex, which we're going to see today, as well as other software. I've also used a competitive solution, which we will not name today, and Sage 300. Currently, I am a senior industry specialist for Red Team, which means I have daily conversations with general contractors like yourselves. And we talk about all the challenges they have, all of the tech stack that they use. So I'm still very involved in the construction industry. Next slide. All right, so what is Red Team? Who is Red Team? Red Team is a provider of construction software. Red Team is unique because it was built by people just like you who understand commercial construction. Our platform is used to manage the contract administration between the general contractor and the owner, as well as the general contractor and subcontractors. We have project financials figured out for you guys and job site collaboration. We built Red Team to work the way you work. Risk management means the same for us as it does to you. We understand what a construction project looks like because we have been there. And we are an extension of your team, so we're happy to be a part of your success. What you're seeing on the screen is our tech stack. We have Red Team Flex, which is a highly configurable platform. It digitizes your already mature processes. It has robust financial reporting, and it manages projects from pre-construction all the way through closeout. Next, we have Red Team Go. That's an all-in-one construction management software. It's a tried and true process to take your projects from bidding all the way through closeout. And there's a very small learning curve associated to that one because it has repeatable processes for every single project added to the platform. FieldLens is a job site management application, super easy to use. It enhances communication. It enhances the accountability you have on your team on the job site, and it integrates with Red Team Flex. We're going to see a little bit more on FieldLens, Red Team Go, and Red Team Flex today. Next.
Thank you, Cynthia. So just taking all of that into account, like Cynthia said, those are kind of our three products that we really love to provide to you all. I'd like to introduce the webinar topic, as well as provide you with this poll kind of before we get started here. So if you want to just quickly input your choice into that poll. You can kind of take that. We love hearing your feedback as well as really what the information from the current industry is. So really appreciate any information that anyone would like to provide with that. But so just kind of refocusing on the topic at hand here, it's really once again the benefits of integrating technology into the common construction workflows. And just to provide context, with the format of the webinar, we're going to lay out some larger main themes here. Those were almost some of those poll selections as well. And then within them, we're going to talk about specific challenges and how Red Team Solutions can really tackle these challenges. So this first one, you can see that sort of overarching theme up the top here, being real-time project tracking and resource management. These themes are really meant to be broad. We're going to provide, like I said, specific examples and dive deeper, as well as show how we can tackle these challenges with the Red Team product. Also, just something to note about resources. This can be anything from physical equipment, material, or manpower and labor. Just a kind of sidebar there, just so you understand where we're coming from in that context. So with this first subtopic here, challenge with manual tracking and manual data collection, there's oftentimes room for error. I thought about a specific time when I was really honed in on tracking and keeping up to date with COI, certificates of insurance, everyone's insurance coverage. So really something that I had to do was manually checking, emailing back and forth. Thankfully, we had an insurance consultant, but that's another expense within itself. So making sure that all the subs had their general liability, workers' comp, auto, any necessary umbrella insurance, all naming the correct entities, additional insured, making sure the entities' addresses were correct. So a lot of data to really keep track of. So there was a lot of manual work involved in tracking, making sure everything's up to renewal. Those are expiring all the time. So like I said, that's a lot of manual tracking. We're going to go through that workflow in just a second on Red Team Flex. The other portion, when I thought about manually tracking resources, was just daily reporting. Something that I always had to report on was manpower, what work was being done, if there was delivery, if there was certain material that was on site, taking photos of that. And I would be sending out an email, I would be taking pictures, maybe another email at the end of the day. So now having that all streamlined within one tool is really a great option. And like I said, we'll see how that operates within Red Team Flex. Cynthia, if you want to just dive into that workflow or those workflows, that'd be perfect.
Sounds good, Eric. All right, so what you're seeing today right now on the screen is Red Team Flex. We can navigate into a project, go into the buyout section, which is where you write commitments, and you can get a live report like this one showing you all of the certificates of insurance that are current, expired, up to date, like Eric said, all in one platform. From the same page, we have another report showing all of the subcontracts that we have issued, different companies on the project. All of the open commitments here that we have, in monetary value of those commitments, including any of those change orders. And we jumped into the daily reports where we can keep track of all of the companies that were on the job site, general observations made by the superintendent, followed by equipment utilization and photos and attachments. So unlimited photos here on the daily reports where they can capture everything that happened on the job site with an application on their in the field.
Thank you. So just setting up our second challenge within this main theme here, talking about a time-consuming task that's really it's a collaborative environment, but maybe in the current state without a tech solution, you're lacking that collaboration that's really necessary. So once again, just drawing on from my experience, when someone said, oh, a time-consuming task that really needs collaboration, I thought about change orders. Change orders are part of the project sometimes. My last project, I had over 200 change orders. That's no exaggeration. That was a result of 12 bulletins, unforeseen existing conditions in an older building, an additional interior designer brought in mid-project, and just all the other kind of bumps in the road that we tackle and go through during a construction project. So it was really safe to say that change orders consumed a lot of my time. And really, when you think about what goes into manually creating a change order, you're attaching that information, whether it's a drawing set, additional specifications, information on material, you're soliciting that price, you're ensuring that all scope was caught, you're sending it back and forth between either yourself, you're the general contractor, maybe the subcontractors, maybe an engineer, architect to kind of further clarify, and then final approval to that party. So there's really a lot of collaborative action, and it does consume a lot of time, especially when you have a large volume, maybe those interior fit outs or existing condition sort of buildings. So taking all of that into account, Cynthia's really going to show us next how that process operates within Red Team Flex, and we can really streamline that and make the process much easier for your team.
200 change orders. That's a lot.
It was, like I said, consumed a lot of time.
All right, well, this is how we do it in Flex, Red Team Flex, that is. We can create a change order with this very specific GC workflow. Again, we're built for general contractors. So all of these processes here would make sense. You solicit pricing from vendors, upload any attachments that you need to, like Eric said. This is a cloud-based Excel sheet almost, where you can generate your estimate, type right into the cells. This is where we solicit for vendor quotes, automatically create a change order here if you need to, just a draft while you wait for the owner to approve the main change order. Last but not least, we can see here a draft copy of the change. We can send it to the owner from within Red Team, track when we sent it, when they clicked on that change order. And using that collaboration console, the clients can actually communicate back and forth with you without having to log into your system. So we can do that inside of Flex, Eric, now, instead of having to do all of those processes manually.
Yeah, a lot of emails for sure. But that's really nice. And the way on that left-hand sidebar, everything kind of walks you through a nice step-by-step process. So really a nice situation there. And just the last challenge that I'm kind of teeing up here is a limited decision making ability. So without a tech stack or a tech solution, maybe you have some tough decisions, but you're not really well equipped to make those decisions. So really, when I thought about what tough decisions are we making on the job site, I really thought about stuff that comes into play with timing and money. Those are, two of the big three that we talk about in construction. So specifically, I thought about meeting scheduled concrete pours. Working in New York City, cold weather didn't always lend itself to pouring concrete. So you wanted to sometimes have to make an educated decision, really seeing how we stood financially. Hey, can I afford to rent some space heaters or rent some additional heaters? Can I pay for maybe concrete blankets, even though they might not get used for the rest of the project? Really being able to understand where you are financially in the project. You have a little bit of a give to maybe put in some of those extra expenditures to hit that schedule. So your decisions might be slightly different, but just taking that example into mind, you can see how a really tight financial analysis can help you make those decisions.
All right, so in Red Team Flex, again here, we can keep track of all of the actual costs. We have a work in progress report that is live, actual data here, where you can drill down on all of your projects that are current. We can see a bunch of different reports here on all of the projects. This one is actually an actual cost report, and you can see all of the costs that have hit your project by category. And like Eric said, you can really drill down on everything that you spent on the project to see if you have any money left over on any of the cost loads to spend on emergency situations. All right, what you're seeing now is a list of all of your bids, and you can use the filters here to filter by project manager if you need to. But showing here all of the projects that you have in your pipeline. Last but not least, we have my favorite projects, the ones that I'm working on. We can use the filters to build your own reports, such as maybe how many project managers are managing how many jobs, or how many jobs are in progress, or maybe some of those are not really in progress because we're waiting on permits. Search your database by contract amounts, and you can customize your columns here that you see on a user level. And this is a report that I was able to generate inside of Red Team, showing all of the projects in progress, who's managing those projects, RFI count, submittal count, etc., without having to use an external system to create those reports. All right, so we have ASI here. Construction tech has the power to save you time and money. Digitizing your company can increase productivity amongst many other benefits. You have to apply the right tool that can provide the best outcomes for your type of business. ASI found the right solution and is powered by Red Team Flex. They were able to consolidate their tech stack and only have to train their operations team in one software application. Red Team manages everything they need, including field management and project financials and more. So that is ASI. That's one of our clients here at Red Team Flex. Next slide. Okay, guys, so we've said a lot, but we're going to talk about another challenge here. This one, well, two challenges, focus on streamlining communication and collaboration. Having a central platform is very important because only one platform needs to be kept up to date. Everyone knows where to go to find the information they need. FieldLens is an application that is centered around communication and holding everyone accountable on the job site. As soon as a superintendent is walking around and he or she sees a deficiency, they can take their phones out, capture a photo, explain what the issue is on the phone, and assign that task to whoever's responsible for resolving it. Eric, did you want to show us a little bit more on FieldLens?
Yeah, of course. If you want to, this first screenshot here, this is really just a screenshot of the RFI process. And I kind of want to just show off here really what the capabilities are with such a simple, easy to use tool. You get all the great information here as far as who said what, timestamps, as well as the ability to assign, create due dates. You can see that there's some photos there with a markup attached as well. If you want to just move to the next slide there, well, then we have a video as well. This is showing, let's say even the engineer, the architect doesn't necessarily want to sign up, be on the platform. This is how an external person can still collaborate. They're using that just from their own Gmail account there. They can open up, they can see all the markups, they can see attachments, they can see the images there, and they can respond just through an email, and that will get relayed back onto the FieldLens platform, and you can reassign that, pivot it to whoever asked the original RFI, who's responsible for that scope. So really nice collaborative environment for anyone internally or externally, and simple to use as well.
Thanks, Eric. That looks really cool. Really easy to use too. The next challenge is project delays and rework without real-time monitoring. Without construction management software, it's very difficult to track progress and activities in real time. Without a central place to access data, information can get lost or miscommunicated. Without real-time monitoring, maintaining consistent quality standards can be challenging. Quality issues may only surface after completion of the work, leading to rework of something that's already been done. So if you assign tasks like Eric showed on the screen just a little bit ago, your construction project will be smooth sailing all the way through. Next slide.
Yeah, so I like to continue showing off portions of FieldLens. I use FieldLens in the field, so I kind of have a bit of a stronger affiliation to that, but really a strong way to combat delays and rework. It's just having everyone in the know and seeing the current conditions. With the automatic reporting feature in FieldLens, it can be filtered down from everything from RFI, punch list, specifically by location. And then you can really customize it. You can see with the layout customization, you can select what exactly you want to have included in the reports. Photos, manpowers, assignees, drawings. And the best part about it is you can schedule that. It's kind of a set it and forget it situation there. So whatever you want, it can come right before those Tuesday, midday OAC meetings, or maybe into your inbox every day at 4 p.m. just so you get those daily images there. And this is just a quick example of a report. You can see project information, notes, date, what the weather was, manpower, daily photos, really all the information that you really need to provide as far as any daily reporting. And like I said, that can be set up once and sort of a set it and forget it situation that will come in as often or as little as you really want it to.
And can you send a report of open?
To switch to Red Team for our construction management software. With Red Team Flex, the ability to track submittals and stages, get the metadata behind it where, hey, you open this contract, how come you haven't executed? Or, we've sent you the submittal request, and having that data to be able to go back and use it as a form of an expediting log is pretty huge. I mean, we've been doing that with an Excel sheet for years. And so Red Team has found a way to treat it with steps and really methodically approach the construction process, I'd say. So it's really changed the way that we do business.
Yeah. So
well, sorry about that, Eric. I was going to ask a quick question there with FieldLens, the feature that you just showed. Can we create a report just for the architect to receive automatically all of the open RFIs only?
Of course. Yep.
Cool.
Once again, you can send those to external emails as well. So yeah, just kind of demonstrating how it can really be a collaborative environment.
Awesome.
And just to provide a little bit of context around that video that we just saw. So that was just a little snippet from a video we had with one of our great partners, Wharton Smith. As you heard the gentleman say, they've kind of switched a lot of their processes up, and they were able to really make a more efficient work environment. When we send out the slides and all the information after the webinar, we'll attach that full video so you can kind of get the full story there. But we just wanted to show off a nice little snippet from one of our great partners and clients at Wharton Smith there.
All right. Next up, we're talking about cost estimation and budgeting with accuracy. Most general contractors already have a lot of data. Doesn't matter if you're running your business using manual methods or a multitude of different software, whether that's schedule data, cost data, safety data, quality data. The challenge is that most companies are not utilizing that data. It's actually not being used for anything. It's just sitting there. By studying analytics, employees can benefit from the experiences of the company as a whole. You'll be able to know when in the past projects have gone over budget, over schedule, what materials are always being delayed. Construction software can help you understand and analyze the data in your system to make better decisions. So I'm going to show you a feature here on the next slide. So we are now talking about Red Team Go, which is the other software platform. Inside of Red Team Go, you are able to actually copy a previous estimate of a similar project that you've done in the past, and it'll bring in historical pricing data, including pricing from those subcontractors that you've used. We have the ability to manage invitations to bid inside of Red Team Go, automatically populated based on the cost codes that you have on your estimate. We can see when those subcontractors, or if those subcontractors viewed the invitation to bid, and we can filter through those and make phone calls, make sure that we get those prices in from those subcontractors on time. So that's a list that I was able to generate there inside of Red Team. Red Team Go also offers a proposal package that you can send to your owner directly from the system via email, and it'll be sent to the owner in a PDF attachment, so no links associated to that. It's pretty awesome the way that Red Team Go makes those processes a lot easier in estimating. Next slide. All right, so cost overruns without real-time monitoring. Construction software can help. Oh, before we talk about that, we do have a pop-up that just came up, the challenges that you face. And I'll just give you guys a minute to respond to that. We're listening to you. We want to make sure you let us know what challenges it is that you face. All right. All right, so talking about this topic, construction software can help you understand when you're going over budget, like I mentioned before, and it also allows you to keep tasks on time. It helps you understand where you spent more money than expected or less money than expected on any given cost code. So we're going to see in Red Team Go some features related to cost. Next slide. All right. Here inside of Red Team Go, we have a budget worksheet where we can do forecast management, assign subcontractors to cost code directly inside of the budget here. We have the job cost statement where you can drill down on all of the job costs to date. You can build reports as to where you were financially at any given time inside of Red Team Go in the project. All right, so next slide, please. Okay, so this is another success story. Construction employees vary in age group from very young millennials to older generations. Having a construction software that is very easy to use with repeatable processes can enhance how quickly everyone can learn new tech. Explaining why the software works the way it does also helps understand why they need to embrace the process. This is the case with Conseco Group. Coming from complicated manual methods, emails, text messages to get the work done, they found exactly what they needed in Red Team Go. So like I said before, there's a software for every need out there, and Conseco found exactly what they needed in Red Team Go. It's a process that enables your company to have a very repeatable process, basically, for every project that is entered into the system, and it's very easy to follow along. The time saved and with the automation of tasks that Red Team Go provides, Conseco was able to save time and money while also achieving a 50% success rate bidding projects, increased profit by 2%, managed $80 million worth of projects in one quarter with limited staff during the pandemic. All right, next slide. Oh, that's it, Eric.
Yeah, thank you. And I appreciate all that information. It's nice to hear, from a successful client situation. So it's always kind of nice to hear those success stories. But just wanted to give an opportunity here. This QR code, this is an operating QR code. Feel free to take out your phones, use the camera application there, and you can book a demo with one of our trained sales reps at Red Team here. We'll talk you through, we take a very consultative approach as far as talking through your needs and your challenges. And really, we talked about a few different products here today. We really find and hone in, what combination or which ones really lend itself best to your situation. So feel free, pull out your phone, book a demo with us. We'd love to hear from you. I'd love to talk to you. Really looking forward to that opportunity. And of course, like I said at the beginning, we have the Q&A portion coming up here. So we'll give everyone a few minutes to either put in their questions or sign up for the demonstrations, and then we'll get right into the questions.
I think, Eric, the first question might be for you. Did you want me to read it for you?
I just pulled it up. Let's Sure, if you want to read it. I can
Yeah,
answer.
so my general contracting company has been around for a decent amount of time, and we have always relied on spreadsheets and email. We are thinking about adopting a PM tool. How do we know which one is the right fit? And what about if we don't have any previous experience using one?
Yeah, you're right. I kind of just alluded to that a little bit, but basically the sales team, top to bottom, we take a real consultative approach. We talk about your challenges. We kind of see what your criteria, what your success criteria is. We find the right fit for you. And then we give you a product demo and everything like that, really make you feel comfortable, talk you through the process. And then as far as the previous experience goes, really there's no previous experience necessary. We have a great implementation team, great onboarding team. They have a tried and true process, as well as a great customer success team and support staff, everyone. So we have all the tools to really make sure that you're successful, regardless of where you stand as far as previous construction tech experience.
Thanks. And you were talking about Fieldlens earlier and collaborating with everyone on the team. Do external collaborators need to pay for Fieldlens?
No. So external collaborators, well, the situation that I talked about, those can be totally external. They don't need to pay for anything. We do have a great solution though. If let's say your organization does want to sign up for Fieldlens and then they want all the same tools and features and they want individuals that maybe are outside of their company to be involved in Fieldlens, we have a great solution for that. It's really nice value. It really is a great way to get everyone else involved.
All right. The next one is if I have an AIA, I think, license, can I integrate it with Red Team Go? Yes, you can. If you have an AIA license, just let us know and we will add those AIA forms into your Red Team Go account. So that's a good question. Next one is, do we have to buy separate modules or is everything included in Flex? Everything is included in Flex. You do not have to purchase different modules. We are built for general contractors. We only sell to general contractors. We want you to use all of the tools that we have in place to manage your business. Next one, what is the difference between the three products? Well, as I said earlier, we have three different ones. Two of them are complete project management suites. So we have Red Team Flex, which is a highly configurable platform. If you have already very mature processes and you want to just take advantage of technology, analytics, digitizing those processes, Red Team Flex might be the great fit for your business. We have Red Team Go, which is a process. So it's not just a software application. It's a process that you purchase and your company will follow, easy to use. So it takes your projects from bidding all the way through closeout. And the process that it has, it automates a lot of tasks for you, like automatically creates subcontracts for you and things like that based on your estimates and the subcontractors that you used. So that's that one. And then we have Fieldlens, which is only a job site communication tool and job site management tool, and it integrates with Red Team Flex. So Eric can talk to you guys a little bit more about that if you book a demo with us. Next one, how connect to Microsoft Project against your schedule program? I think they meant to ask maybe, can we use Microsoft Project schedule in Red Team? The answer is for Red Team Flex, yes, you can import your MS Project file. You can make edits and then export it back into an MS Project file if you need to. No worries there. With Red Team Go, it already has a built-in scheduling system. So we encourage you to use that one. You don't have to. You can use your Microsoft Project platform if you'd like instead, but it would be a standalone system. Eric, the last one, I'm not sure I understand that question.
I mean, it's kind of relating to QuickBooks software and cost management. I would just say we have a strong integration with QuickBooks. I know there's a couple different options as far as QuickBooks Online versus desktop. Depending on what the product is, we have an integration for both. But we have a lot of diagrams and sort of mapping tools that we show as far as what talks to what as far as the QuickBooks solutions goes. It's strong integration, but if you want to reach out sort of separately there, and we can tell you what specific QuickBooks solution integrates and where the conversation goes between the back and forth. We can definitely help you out there.
All right, that's it for questions. We have a survey right after this webinar, so please do not close your browsers just yet. Thank you so much for joining us today. So right after this meeting concludes, you'll get that survey. If you can please respond to that. We are listening. We want to hear your input.